We live, we live. What's going on, everybody? Uh, Wait, judge orders Starbucks to reinstate fired union workers, compensate them for lost wages. Wow. Hey, that's interesting. 'Cause I'm about to talk about. Well, it's not about Starbucks, but the situation happened at Starbucks or outside. We got somebody up in the building. Give me a second. As y'all see, title West Side of Rider was good. Yeah, you guys see the title. I don't know how many of y'all done heard this story yet. I just came across it. Actually, I came across it um, a few days ago, uh, and I had no idea that this even happened. Um, and when I went to go watch the video, and then I seen another video, a complete video of the whole situation happening, and then I went back to the updated video. This happened a couple years ago, pre-pandemic. It was pre-pandemic, and this black family was just came in from Nevada. They had a rental car. It was a caddy too. And they had pulled in the Starbucks. This is early in the morning too. And they were resting. And cop comes up, knocks on the window. They wake up, ask him what's going on and everything, and he tells them, there have been some break-ins in the area. So then he proceeds to ask the woman for her ID, and she like, well, why do I need to show you my ID? Because she was going for her ID at first, and then she thought about it real quick. Was like, hold on, why am I going for my ID? I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything wrong. So that proceeds from that to now the cop tells them to get out the car. It was a mama and her daughters. And then when the other pigs came over, they got the daughters out the car. And then he tried to drag the black woman out the car. She was like, I can do it. You ain't got to be grabbing on me. So finally he was like, okay. So they take him to the other police car. Yo, what's going on, Eva? And they put him in the back of the police car. And then they go back to the car. Now, keep in mind, we already got violations being committed on civil rights, right? Now they go and they start searching the car, right? That's another violation, right? So as they're searching through the rental, the body cam audio, the audio from the body cam goes mute. So now you can't hear nothing that they're saying, right? Standard police tactic, which I just, at this point, I say to myself, I don't know why people are up in uproar and mad at this stuff. This is what they do. This is what they do. There ain't no point getting mad about it. This is what they do. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. And they was detained for close to an hour, about an hour, maybe some change or whatever. And then so like I said, this was a couple years ago, well, a few years ago now, pre-pandemic. Scotty was cracking, and so the jury came back. I want to say the exact number was $8.25 million. I want to say, but they got awarded that right now. This is the part. This is the part that I find hilarious. This is the part where you could kind of feel and see the seeds. You know what I'm saying? Being planted once again for the Micah Johnsons of the world to pop back up, for the Nat Turners of the world to pop back up, for people that have risked their lives to stand up against racial hatred amongst the people. These cops that illegally detained, illegally searched, racially profiled, all got promoted after this happened. Now, I don't know if anybody remembers, because I spoke about this before. See, what a lot of people don't know is cops have a point system. They have like may not necessarily be a point system per se, but it's a thing where if you get so many of X, if you get so many of X, then you will be in line for a promotion. We have to think about that. Yes, there's prejudice. There's racist things that occur. Civil rights being violated. But we also have to understand that they use a certain system, especially when it comes to, and I'm not going to say people of color because that shit drives me crazy. But for people that have a darker tone to their skin than others, they literally have a system, and this has been going on since back in the day when slavery was going on. They use the same system to this very day. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, you might get a cop that doesn't, just a good person, right? But their love is for blue, right? And they want to do everything that they, want to do to, what I'm saying, move up in the ranks, right? They might have aspirations on being a detective or something, right? So when they go into that job, when they go into that line of work, and they come across, and I damn near want to say families of police officers, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But it's not out the realm of thought that if you come from a police family, that you might possibly have some insight to this particular system, right? So they will go in there, this person will go in there, and they see, and they'll ask, and this is the thing. They will ask, just like anything you do, just like if you go to work and you've been putting in time, you've been putting in the hours, and or even before that, if you're just getting started, whatever, and you like the job and stuff like that, you might want to ask the boss, you know what I'm saying, or you might want to ask one of your colleagues, hey, what do I need to do to, elevate in the company, right? So then they'll let you know what you need to do, right? Now, sometimes they might not even just show you, you know what I'm saying, firsthand, because they want to make sure that they can trust you. See, cops go through this stuff too. They want to make sure that they can trust you. If they can't trust you, you will not get certain calls, right? Like you could get a call, you know what I'm saying, on your thing, and you can go to that scene, and then the head supervisor or whoever is in charge will tell you, oh no, we got this, you can go on. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me put these commas up. Sorry, y'all. Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. Uh I don't get any faster. Well, hey, I'm gonna get to that in a second. I'm gonna get to that in a second, because I got something to say about that too. Um, so his full intention is just to be a upstanding police officer. You know what I'm saying? Do what it means to be a cop, right? Which is crazy, because the foundation of police departments are, you know what I'm saying, once you take slavery out, what do you replace that with? You know what I'm saying? So the foundation of police departments stem from slavery. Um, so like I was saying, full intentions are good, but then when you get in, now you're doing everything you need to do to elevate yourself. So now you find yourself doing things that you may not have perceived that you were going to do first, but now, you know what I'm saying, because now you found yourself in a situation where now you become that of what you perceive or what you previously did not want to be or ever sought off to be. That's why when Tyreek Nichols was killed by them black cops, that's why the response was the way it was. Yeah, it wasn't white police officers killing the black guy. It was one of our own killing our own, you know? But you see, once you put that badge on, then you no longer become what you was as a civilian. You are now part of that system that has created so much division and hatred among so many different groups of people, us being targeted the hardest for so many years, you know what I'm saying? And 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 now we're seeing a lot of people going down the same roads. Now, when it comes to black and brown people in America, we have dealt with this for so long that for me personally, I don't even get mad. I just get numb. I get numb because I've seen it so many times for so many years. I get numb. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now, when it comes to when white folks are dealing with this is where now you come into the classification of things with a sprinkle of racism. You know what I'm saying? If they find themselves uh with somebody that is black, um and history has shown us that when somebody that is uh that is white and is around somebody that is black, that in lover phrase comes out. In situations like that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But now in other situations when it's just white on white, now we're dealing with classification. You know what I'm saying? Um, because they're not seeing them as them, they're seeing them as us. Because anybody that toes the line against police killings, police brutality, they now fall into that category with us. I just seen a cop a couple weeks ago, seen a video of a cop killed this white man at his nephew's school. It was an elementary school. Because somebody lied on him and said that he was trying to break in people's cars and stuff. When in fact he was looking for his mother's car that he had came up there with to pick up his nephew. And he was going to he had anxiety real bad, so he had to take medicine for it. And when he went to grab his pill bottle to take his medicine so he could, calm down his anxiety, the cop shoots him multiple times, kills him, boom. You know what I'm saying? Because cops have this mind frame where it's high and mighty, and or better yet, it's like, think of it like the rich versus the poor. The rich versus the poor. The rich versus the poor. You know, and I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that to be literal, but just metaphorically speaking. Um, my cousin just left the force, and I only know that he said he couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of stuff goes on in the police station that a lot of people don't know. Um, um, what was I gonna say? Damn, I lost. Uh, but um, damn, I lost my train of thought. My bad, y'all. But okay, so and we can see that when it comes to January 6th. Hold on for a second, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. But like I was saying, you can find that like when January 6th happened, or even before that, you see a lot of these white militia groups against the police. You see a lot of these hard right wing, we love the police groups, but then they're against the government. They're against the police. You know what I'm saying? So we see different angles in different ways of how they react depending on who you is. And sometimes they be so brazen with it that these motherfuckers will arrest a mayor, a governor. You know what I'm saying? Like local officials, they like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But these are the things that they do. These are the things that they do because that badge means power. But that badge also means no accountability. I mean, thankfully, we gotten to a point to where we're getting some type of accountability from them. But if you ask me, it's not enough. And yes, I'm being greedy. Yes, I'm being greedy. You know, because they've been doing this for so long and they've been getting away for so long, and they're still getting away with it for the most part. You know, that's why I've been dropping the videos that I have about the police with the different reports. And I encourage y'all to go and look at those videos. You may not like the channel that I'm getting it from. Man, fuck all that. Look at the videos. It ain't about the channel, it's about the video. It's about the message. It's about this is the shit that's still going on to this very day. Even said, have you seen the footage of the January 6th where the cops escorted that guy? The media lies. Where the cop escorted what guy? Because you know, even a lot of those videos have been doctored up. The FBI was in all of that. Well, I mean, that's the narrative that they're pushing. That's the narrative that they're pushing. You know, like Kevin McCartney sent Tucker Carlson a video from January 6th where it was half of them doing what they did, and then it was the other half of the video was showing people just, you know, on a normal day just walking through the Capitol, you know, as people do every day, you know. But that's not what happened. You know, I watched it live. I watched it in real time. You know, I watched it in real time. You know, and you can't justify them breaking them windows, bogarting, you know what I'm saying, the different offices and stuff like that. I mean, this is the thing. People died that day. Cops died that day. And it just seems like, you know, and I'm not the one that's going to defend a cop. I'm going to always defend what is right and what is wrong. But the fact that cops died that day, and it just goes on like it didn't happen. And then you get a lot of these Republicans like Kevin McCarthy who spoke out against January 6th, but then, you know what I'm saying, Kevin McCarthy went and kissed the ring. And then because of political aspirations, they're going with that narrative that they want to push. And they probably, and you know, and there were people that were being carried out. There were people that were, you know what I'm saying, trying to help each other, But we also have to remember too, January 6th was a planned event. They have the records, they have the emails, they have all that. Oh no, it was more than one person who died that day. You had the woman who got shot in the neck. And unfortunately, that was actually by a cop, because there was shots being rang off, and you know, so you had that. Then you had that one cop. I don't want to get his name wrong. Stishnik or whatever. He was sprayed with I forgot what the chemical was called, and he ended up having multiple strokes and passing away like 24 to 48 hours later. And then there was another cop that was beaten so bad that he ended up committing suicide literally right after that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of deaths tied. There's deaths tied to January 6th. But this was all a planned court. The whole thing was if they could not stop the certification of Joe Biden becoming president, they was gonna riot. They was gonna riot. You know. Now, I'm for one. You know, I'm all about going. As a matter of fact, people have heard me say this previously. I actually, in a way, respected what they did. And the reason why I say that is because they felt like they was being done wrong, right? They feel like they was lied to and all that. So they went and did something about it. Now, I'm not saying that it was smart to go do that, you know, based on that alone. But the fact that they did something, you know, I'm a man about action. So the fact that they did do something, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, but kill Mike Pence, you know, because so it wasn't just the Democrats they were going after. They were going after certain Republican officials. You know, and the funny thing is, when they was talking about the Dominion machine, Fox News is in trouble. Fox News is in trouble. You know, now I'm not saying anybody's going to lose their job or whatever, but I will say this. there's going to be a lot of changes at Fox News, or you just might see some jobs getting rearranged. You know, and see that's the dangerous part about narratives. If you're on one side of the coin, you're going to go with that narrative. It don't make a difference what anybody says. You're going to go with that narrative. Or you can convince somebody that was probably already there, but just wasn't quite sure. Now you got it. Because all they need to hear was one little thing. Boom, you got it. You know. And the thing that's crazy is like, for them to say that January 6th was a peaceful protest, well, nah, because it was damage. It was damage done. You know. So people have to be careful on narrative, you know, because and the media is good with that, you know. I It's crazy because I remember growing up and watching the news, and I remember the news not being so divisive. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're CNN, so we're gonna go Democrat, or we're Fox News, and we're gonna go Democrat, or we're Republican, excuse me, um, or we're MSNBC, and we're going straight liberal. You know, news used to be a source where you can go to, and you can get the news unbiased for the most part. There is always been biasness in news, but what I'm talking about as they were more centered when it came to the political field, you know. And then everything changed when the 90s came, you know. So it's been crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like now, who really is telling the truth and who really is lying? And because it's been so much divisiveness, you're going to go with one side or another. It is not down the middle type thing. And you know, I'm for one, I like to try to keep it down the middle. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. Hell, I'm not even an independent for the most part. But I'm an independent in the word, in the essence of the word. You know, oh, you never voted? Yeah, I mean, I voted a couple times, but I only voted on things that I was passionate about. Like weed, I did do that, and I did give my popularity vote to Obama the first time. I didn't vote the second time, and a couple other things, you know, like dealing with homelessness and stuff like that. But as being a every year, every quarter voter, nah, because I know votes are very much manipulated. Oh wait, hold on a second, y'all. Oh, yeah, I'm a theocratic. What's a theocratic? Eva, elaborate for me. I ain't never heard of a theocrat before. That sounds kind of interesting. Oh, I gotta watch that video. Men cannot govern themselves. Oh, yeah, that is true. That is true. Matter of fact, speaking of political figures, Coffee just dropped a video about Colin Kaepernick calls out his adoptive mother or adoptive parents. Um, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that. Uh, that's the I you know I was wondering when he was gonna like go public with that because if y'all seen his show that he had on Netflix uh about 2 years ago now, he it was breaking down his upbringing from high school going into the NFL, and he was talking about how he was dealing with a lot of uh, racism and dealing with the fact that his parents, um, particularly his mother, was she was showing more than traces of her biasness to be politically correct. It means I'm waiting for the all my. Oh, okay. Okay, for sure. Y'all, what's cracking cut? Yeah, Sav in the building. What's good? And he was and he was talking about so like the first episode, um, they were sitting down and they were getting ready to have dinner. And he went to eat the food and he was like, hey, can I, yo, mom, can I have some, some salt and pepper, to put some seasoning on the food? And the look was just like, you know what I'm saying? Very, very suspicious. Or like even when he wanted to get his hair braided, you know, he she didn't want him to have braids. She wanted him to be clean cut, because the town that he grew up in is predominantly white. And they is very the racism in Turlock. For those that don't know, the racism in Turlock, you can equivalate that to the racism that occurs in the South, you know, and you could even go not maybe modern day South, but more back in the day South. That's the type of hype that they're on up there. That's why nobody goes there. Nobody goes to Turlock. You know what I'm saying? Um, why is he fooling? Why is that? Why is that, Eva? You know, but he just he broke that down and he showed that side and I was wondering like when was he going to actually go public with this, like verbally speak about this. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was going to happen a lot sooner, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to because I did see that something, you know, he was brought up again in the news a couple of days ago, and I they were going to commercial, and I was meaning to go back to see what it was, and I got caught up doing something else. He's waiting to tell the rest of the story so he can make money. Millie, please don't say you believe that fool. No, I do believe him. I do believe him. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, he's let's see, he had it better than any white person I know. But Eva, this is what you need to understand. Yes, he did have a better life than most, you know, but that was because of the privilege that he came up. Because you gotta remember, he was an adopted kid. So the family that he was adopted by was very privileged. And then Turlock is a tight-knit community. They look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? And with him being a mixed race, but he identifies as being Black, which, you know, if you believe that you are the seed of your father, then that's what he would be. But you still going through a lot of racism. He dealt with a lot of racism growing up, you know, a lot of racism, you know, because of the braids, because of the afro, you know, and this is long pre, you know, protest. This is when he was still a kid and dealing with this, you know, and I know for a fact, because Turlock is in, you know, is in my area, you know. Nobody goes to Turlock. I think I've been to Turlock maybe one time, and that was probably like because we was like passing through or something, you know. But nobody goes to Turlock because they know what it is up there, you know. And we also have another a town, a Napa, you know. People think Napa is just for the wine. Now Napa has a whole lot of racism in it. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of racism in it. But this is what he had to deal with. And then of course, you know, he got into the league, you know, clean cut guy. But then, you know, these killings from the police was an issue that, you know, he felt strongly about. Yeah, now he's making money off. Eva, what is he supposed to do though? He's not supposed to make any money to tell his story. That's his story. So why not make any money off of your story? That's what everybody does. That's what everybody does. And then not only that, he probably wouldn't even have to even do that. You know what I'm saying? If the NFL didn't do what they did to him. Eva, you see, you're not looking at it the way you need to look at it. Just because you gave a kid the best life, you're supposed to ignore everything that kid has to deal with? That doesn't make any sense. He dealt with racism because he had a good life. That means he didn't deal with racism. He didn't deal with being looked at differently. You know? Yeah, he sued the NFL because he was wrongfully kicked out the league. You know, and now he didn't beg, because if he begged, he would have been, you know, he would have went ahead and signed that faulty contract that they were trying to get him to sign. You know, that brother did he did a lot. And then not only that, but the man is still giving back. He's still giving back. He still has his foundation. You know, he's constantly giving back every single day. Let's see. My only problem with Colin because is he made a uproar in the game of young men's dreams. Well, yeah, I mean, the thing about that was nobody even know he was protesting at first. You know, but you know, I definitely hear what you're saying, and that's been a big argument. But there's another argument that was presented as, okay, well, if you didn't want him to make a political statement, then y'all shouldn't be doing all these festivities before the game. Because I remember long ago all the stuff that they be doing before the game and all that, as far as dealing with the military in the United States and all that stuff wasn't even done at first. You know, it was the singing of the national anthem, and then it was the game. That was it. But then they started to add everything else. So, you know, if it's just football, then let's just keep it football. But as long as there's a political narrative added into the game, then, you know, it's an open season. Did he give you money? Oh, I haven't got anything. But he's definitely helping the people. Now, you know, I can't say personally, but the thing about it is he's out there helping kids. He's out there helping kids. You know, and that's something that, you know, I ain't never gonna knock a person's flow. You out there helping kids. You out there educating people on what their rights are. You know what I'm saying? He's really out there putting in the work. He's just not talking about it. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, he may or may not. But I know he got a cute little baby, though. You know, congratulations on him and his woman. You know what I'm saying? Eva, he's not dividing the community. The community was already divided. Eva, how is he not helping kids? Explain that to me. Because I do know personally he is helping kids. Because he does a lot of work. He does a lot of work out here in California still. You know, I'm not saying he a perfect man, because ain't no man perfect. But he is somebody that's just not out there talking. He's actually putting in the work. Eva, how's he helping the kids? What? How's he helping the kids? He's helping the kids by providing them with school supplies, school shoes, school clothes. You know, looking out for the homeless. There's a lot of things he does, but that doesn't get highlighted. Nationally, that does not get highlighted. Out here in California, no, we know exactly what that man is doing. We know exactly what that man is doing out here. Eva, you just hate him to hate him. You was really going with somebody else's narrative on what they think of him, and you're not looking at the complete picture. You know, all that talk about he doesn't care about the military. See, and that's the thing. That's the thing that drives me up the wall. The fact that, yo, what up, Casey? The fact that they would say that he doesn't care about the military when it was a military guy, it was a military vet that suggested him to kneel, because that was something that the military does. You know what I'm saying? In certain aspects of when they're honoring or when a fallen soldier goes down, whatever the case may be, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? It was a military, but you see, they don't get on the military vet. They just get on Kaepernick, and Kaepernick was taking his suggestion to show that it's not about the military. It was never about the military. So let me ask you a question. Why did it take a dude that had a great line to speak up on this, and not one fool that came from the hood putting in that action? That's a good question. You know, I mean, but the thing about it too is he did have a great life, but within that great life, he also dealt with, you know what I'm saying, a lot, and he didn't have nobody around, you know what I'm saying, to help him be able to speak out on those things. And he met somebody that was very passionate about those issues, and she gave him a safe place to be able to speak that allowed him to come out and speak out some more. Now I would like to see this is where I don't like to see, but I would like to see. I would like to see a collaborated effort with those from the hood and those that aren't from the hood, but still deal with the same type of racism based off of their skin color. You know, because I think things could get a lot further than just doing it from one end and doing it from another end, and there's only so much that can get done. But a collaborated effort, you can get a lot more done that way. No, I get you. But that's what I'm saying. It still falls in the same thing. You know, because it's like this. You got the NFL players from the hood, right? And they're doing what they're doing. And then you get Kaepernick, who kind of turns it up a notch, right? But then you only had so many that was actually, you know, riding with him. But they got a big chunk. They got a big chunk. But it was divisive. They should have came together. All of them should have came together and put that work in. You know, all of them should have came together and put that work in. Right. He's basically white. What are you talking about? Kaepernick is not white. He half and half. But like I was saying before, if you believe that you are the seed of your father, then you are that of your father, then you know. Yeah, you know. I mean, you want to talk about him making money? Eva, the NFL makes money off of Pat Tillman every year. Every year. You know, they make money off of Pat Tillman every year. Now, how much of that money goes to his family? This man left the NFL to go fight for his country and lost his life. And the NFL been making money off of him ever since. But Kaepernick standing up for unarmed black men and kids getting gunned down by the police is wrong. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know about that. You know, But you know, he's a polarizing figure. You know, but hey, y'all, I'm about to jump off of this. I'm gonna be back on later on today, and then sure, I'm gonna open up the panel. So be on the lookout for that. So enjoy the rest of y'all day. It just started raining out here again. So I'm about to go get some food in my system, probably watch a movie or something. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday. And yeah, like I said, I'll be back later on, and I'll see y'all then. So like how we do every time, whatever you do in life, keep it militant, stand on your square, and never let a motherfucker knock you off. Oh yeah, and before I forget, oh no, I know, I know. Before I forget, make sure y'all be on the lookout for part 2. You know what I'm saying? Sav interviewing Jay Millie. You know what I'm saying? Part 2 coming real soon. You know, be on the lookout for that. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.